Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, good. Alright, so, hey everyone, my name's Ethonra, and welcome back to Destiny 2. I'll tell you right now, for those, well, I guess it'll save you some time in the future when I do upload this. I don't do I do, I just won't record me doing it because I'm pretty bad at it. I wouldn't say terrible, but I am not Cool Guy or Decidui or M-Tash. I'm not them. I'm not a PvP machine. I'm C-, maybe B+ when I'm having a good day. But regardless of that, we're going to do some PvE stuff. Before I get into that, might as well show this off. That's my Titan. That's my Hunter. That's my Warlock. My Hunter's my main. Please ignore this. I did not choose this LOL meme number. I really wish I could change it, but I can't, so ignore that. Just my luck. It would be that, though. So, a lot has changed with Destiny. A lot of great changes I'm exceedingly happy about. First and foremost, primary ammo weapons have infinite ammo now. That is a big deal. That is a very big deal, and I hope they don't change that, because it's very good. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've been screwed over because I ran out of ammo for my main weapon, being my main weapon. But that's not too big of a deal anymore. Secondly is I got a really good Hawk Moon now. I accidentally deleted my last one, and as you can see, this is my preferred skin on it. Much better than the last one, if you ask me. At first the laser sight bothered me a bit because you couldn't turn it off, but if you remember, did I or did I not tell you way back in the beginning that I love the Hawk Moon because it's a beautiful gun. It's very good, even better than it was in Destiny 1. And on top of that, the design-wise, I mentioned how it looks like there's a little laser sight on the bottom. You see it right there? Just keep looking in that general area. See it down there? What about now? What about now? Do I know how to call it, or do I know how to call it? So yeah, love this version of the Hawk Moon. Very fun. So what we're going to do is, I was thinking of just kind of rambling while I did some PvE stuff, specifically this. I was going to finish it on my own, but in order to kind of stream just a little bit of this, I decided to save it for now. So let me talk more about Nier, because I meant to in my Final Fantasy stream, but I got distracted. I could have if Niche wasn't there, and I'm not throwing shade at him. He's a great guy. It's just, since I had someone to talk to, I couldn't. Again, Niche, he's cool. He knows I don't mean this to sound like an insult. I am glad he showed up. I genuinely am, because usually I'm by myself. But the fact is, because he was there and I had someone to talk to, I forgot other points I wanted to make. If it was just me, I could have just talked to my points on in until something else in the game distracted me. But regardless of that, still glad he showed up. So I'll say what I wanted to say there, here. Nier Automata. So again, I want to kind of stream it, but I kind of don't. Maybe once I beat it once, maybe twice, I might do that, because this is a genuinely fun game. It's just the way it controls. I have to use custom controls just to make it feel better for me. But in addition to that, there's this guy named Press Continue. That's his actual YouTube name, and he's very cool dude. I love watching his content. And again, I'm the kind of guy who, if I don't plan to or ever expect to get a game, I don't mind watching spoilers on it. I kind of regret doing that for Nier. Now, he did a playthrough, but I don't think he did. No, I know he didn't. It was him and like some other random person that did a long stream of Nier that I watched, so I know pretty much what's going on. I think I know all the possible endings. I for sure know about the best ending, things like that. So that does take the wind out of my sails a bit, but the gameplay itself is still so great that I'm okay with it, I guess, because I spoiled myself. I didn't have to do that, but I didn't think I'd ever play it. But eventually I was like, I saw it on the store pretty much for free, so I figured, why not?
The attacks against the Blind Well have become stronger lately.
Is Xivu Arath trying to rescue Savathun?
Xivu Arath has plans for her sister. They do not involve a rescue.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive me for not letting you all know what's going on, because the seasons don't typically work like expansion packs where there's an actual story like the Forsaken Beyond Light, things like that. Oh, right, I could have swore I hit that, but then I remembered, oh yeah, most guns in general, especially hand cannons though, seem to have worse range when you fire them in midair. But I think you all saw that. The bullet went right into him, but it didn't register. But whatever. But anyway, yeah, it's not so much as that, but also with Nier, you have to travel a lot, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of fast travel points. As far as I'm in the game, there's only 2. So anytime I want to go somewhere, I have to physically run there, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, again, 2B controls so well, and it's actually fun to watch her fight, and she runs incredibly fast. So it's not too big of an issue, but it is when it feels like you're doing a cross-country sprint to get to where you need. Because there's these little stations that update your map, and it would just be nice in general if they also work as fast travel points. I really don't understand why they don't. Like, and you could probably explain it away in a lore reason, but the funny thing about that is the lore reason doesn't matter. The game developer matters. They chose to do it that way when they didn't have to. All of them could have been fast travel points, but no. So that's a little grating. That's one of the negative points I was talking about earlier in my Final Fantasy stream. What I'm doing down here is I'm trying to help the party members get those orbs up here. Speaking of which, because they can only carry them for so long because it gives them a debuff called exhaustion once the timer runs out, so they can't pick it back up. Yeah, like that. So I was just running with them to kind of speed up the process. Nah, I'm not even fool with this one. But yeah, in conjunction with the combat, me not just being good, I can get better, and it's not terrible. It was just took a little getting used to. But no, the main killer is gonna be navigation. That's definitely going to be a should I stream this or not vote for me is the navigation, because you have to travel a lot, most of it on foot, and again because of the lack of checkpoints or fast travel points. I'm gonna have to pretty much memorize exactly where I need to go, even if I plan to do all the content, not even just speed run to the end. So I want to, but I don't think I will. Maybe I'll just do videos of some of the fights I enjoy, like there's one I actually died on. I want to say I got pretty far, but that's not technically true in the grand scheme of the game. I think gameplay wise it's what, the second boss in the game. So I can't even say, oh, I got pretty far and didn't die. It just feels that way because it's so easy to die on normal mode when you don't really have anything. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was talking about press continue. Yeah, so here's memeing about how easy normal mode is. It almost feels that way to me when you're dying. Well, I wasn't dying left and right, so that's not true. But I was getting beat up quite a bit because I wasn't good at the controls. Like, I could dodge, but the dodging took some getting used to, so I learned you can basically spam the thing. But even then, you're not guaranteed to dodge everything, so... But anyway, yeah, he kind of memed how easy normal mode is. I would love for it to be that easy. I cannot wait for it to get that easy. But I said all that to say, I believe, to the second boss in the game. I don't want to spoil it too much, because I don't want you to get spoiled like I was. But, what's the next board at? Let me try to remember what I was saying, because I do have to concentrate more on this game than I do Final Fantasy. Also, obviously, why I don't do PvP. Can you imagine me rambling as I do while doing PvP and not completely sucking? Can you imagine? Alright, maybe one of the enemies that triggers it must still be alive because the orbs have not appeared and we cannot deal with these guys until the orbs do, so either Destiny is bugged out again or we're missing something. Let's see. Yeah. I doubt it's bugged out. Well, I say that, but I'm streaming now, so who knows? Maybe it did. Like, case in point, remember when I broke the game like 2 or 3 times with the Celestial Nighthawk because the game could not handle how much damage I was doing? So, I don't know. Maybe it did bug out, but... hold on, let me see something. Because many times as I've done this, I've never really bothered to look. Nah, it doesn't seem to go up when I kill things. That might be why everyone is dying. Sometimes when people are trying to convey, we need to... Yeah, this is still open. People are trying to convey, they want to reset, they start killing themselves off. But since it's not happening immediately, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Because I usually hate to do, oh, it's the game's fault, you know, I blame the game thing, but I honestly don't know what's happening because we should be out of here by now. I should be seeing one of the orbs somewhere, and I'm seeing nothing, so... Yeah, I really hate to do it, but I'm just going to bounce out and try again. If they give me the same party, that's fine. But I really don't know what happened there. The entire... Of course, when I'm streaming, the entire time I've done that, I swear that has never happened. I don't know what that was. I'm not very experienced in this event, because I jumped in blindly, but I figured out what to do. Again, observant. But even there, I'm not sure what went wrong. It's like the pad was still glowing, meaning an orb was still needed, but there were no orbs, and I didn't see one anywhere on the ground. Because from a distance, it usually has a marker to let you know to go there, but I didn't see anything. I know my party grabbed 3, I deposited 1 myself, and I think someone else did too, but I don't know what happened to the 3rd one. It was just gone. So, that sucks. Of course it would happen, because stream, but it's not the first time Destiny stream has screwed me over now, is it? Oh, right. I probably should talk more about the boss that had defeated me. So yeah, the second boss, and near, I think it's the second one at least. Basically, I'll just say... Confetti. I think that's a good way to let people know who've been there what I'm talking about. Confetti. The boss there. I almost won the first time. It's not even so much I got greedy, I think I panicked a little bit because what happened was the boss let out a shockwave, as it is wont to do, and I happened to be in a corner and I did not react fast enough because it wasn't just 1 shockwave, it was 3, and I was in a bad spot and I didn't get out of there in time. So I guess you could kind of say I got greedy or panicked or whatever, but I saw it coming, and maybe I wasn't at full health either, I don't know. All I know is I got stun locked to death, and the boss had to be at around 7% health, if that. It was very, very low. If I had dodged that shockwave and got off more attacks, I could have won. Excuse me, had a yawn there. I could have won. So that was a real pain in the neck that I died like that. It'd be different if it was 50%. It'd even be different if I died at 90%. But I really hate failing when you are so close. You can sneeze on the boss and kill it. That really aggravates me. Normally I don't get triggered so easily, but things like that do. Or Destiny, when I was trying to stream and it just kept crapping itself because my internet was so shit. Usually I don't get bothered by things too much, but when they're out of my control,
by stabilizing the
it does bother me.
Aren't we enabling Zebu Arath's forces?
We are. But we also enable our rescue efforts. Nothing is won without risk.
Okay, let's try this again. I'll be looking more closely at what's all going on, because I doubt it'll happen again. I just really don't know what happened there. Oh, let me save my cacaw bullet. Yep, you. Okay, that was a lag. That's not good. I know you all saw that. That was a lag. Hopefully not enough to make a big difference. Wanted to get some of those orbs before we got teleported. Actually, now I think that doesn't even matter, because someone usually throws down a flag. I guess when I say someone, in this case I mean me. Oh yeah, that is something else I wanted to talk about. I'll probably save that for later though, just to kind of fill in the stream a bit. So I'm going to do this technically 3 times, but I'm going to do this twice. So, wow, okay. That was some physics. I'm going to do this twice so I can get the weekly reward. Ah, his shield. Ah, poor guy. I'm eager to take this, I'm eager to take this Hawk Moon into, PvP, or Iron Banner specifically, which is next week, so looking forward to that. I'm going to try to get another one before I go in there, though. And, if nothing else, I will be able to infuse it into this one if it's not good. It should be a higher power level, though. And my friend Blue is willing to help me. She has twice. And she was with me when I got this one. As well as I had a good day helping my dad out, so this Hawk Moon is pretty symbolic. Oh. Alright, now this is the one where the orb's gonna come into play. Oh, of course. That time you actually flee and not approach. totally fine. I just went ahead and reloaded it since I only had one paracausal shot. Now, I saw all three were up. And all but one was positive. Man, I love this thing. Okay. Gonna press on to these now. There we go. I wanted to at least try to get up that slope before I dropped it. Not too bad of a shot if I do say so myself. Aha. Yeah, I lost my paracausal shot doing that, but at least I saved someone's life. And for those who know how Hawk Moon works, it should be very apparent why having infinite ammo with the Hawk Moon is an exceptionally good thing. Matter of fact, I've seen players start to use the last word a lot more now that you have infinite ammo now, which makes sense, because now that you have infinite ammo with it, its magazine size is not as big of an issue. Well, let me rephrase that. The magazine size itself was an issue for different reasons, not necessarily because of the ammo economy, but more like you can take riskier shots now knowing that you're not going to run out of ammo for it. Oh, someone just threw down a flag. So, oh dang, I was too late. So, the thing I wanted to discuss, I'll do it like next round, but just to say it now, and hopefully I won't forget later, is that I wanted to give my own little Iron Banner tips, as it were. Because when I'm doing Iron Banner, there's no way I'd be able to, even though I know full well it would make more sense to do it in actual Iron Banner. But back when I was trying to get advice on how to be better at it, people would either have meme videos or state something incredibly obvious. Like, I'll go ahead and say this right now, so I'll just say it later. But the number one way to win Iron Banner, aside from trying to have a high light level, the most obvious thing is to capture the points. That's literally the best way. Or not the best way, but the way. Like, your kills matter, but they matter nowhere near as much as capturing points. And I'll get more into that when I get there. Like I said, maybe, I'm not going to stream it, but maybe if I have like a really, really good round showing the tips I was talking about, then I'll upload it. Maybe, because typically I'm on mic with my party, and I don't have it set up, nor do they have it set up, or whichever way it goes, to where we all can hear each other in the recording. So in the recording, it'll just be me, and it'll sound like I'm talking to myself. The thing about this is it'll kill you after a while. I wasn't paying attention when the number was, but I wish it made it more obvious, like the countdown like it's doing right now, that if I actually had the essence and it hit 0, then I would die. By not having a generic countdown, it makes it difficult to tell when you actually die until you die and then learn, oh, that's what happens. Case in point, I think when the stat gets like 5 or something, then I die. But I don't know. It only happened to me once. Because again, it doesn't have a generic countdown of just, you got the ability, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, countdown. That can't be good. But no. Destiny wants the destiny. I'll let him get it. Really now.
How did you decide your guardian was the right one?
Well, I had been searching for years for my guardian. Longer than most other ghosts. But the moment I found him, I knew he was the one.
Are you sure you couldn't have searched for just a bit longer?
Nope.
Yeah, Glint's pretty cool. Not Sagira level's cool, but still pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna do this one more time, and then I'll talk to you my experience with Iron Banner and what I think you should do. Again, I'm not a cool guy. I'm not a PvP god. So, do as I say, not as I do. Because again, I play barely average, maybe slightly higher, if I can outsmart whoever I'm fighting and they're not using broken shit. Because I don't do that. If you consider this loadout right here broken, then okay, if you say so. But typically, I'll use a hand cannon, usually my Ace of Spades or my True Prophecy. But I'm going to go with Hawk Moon instead. Oh, or Outbreak Perfected. These are all good guns, and I'll consider nary one of them perfect or broken. Then in this slot, I'll either have The Last Dance or Fellwinter's Lie, just because it's a shotgun and it's a good shotgun. And then my last slot is usually a rocket launcher. It won't be this one because lasting impression for PvE is great. This is an amazing perk to have, especially on a rocket launcher that already has tracking. This is a great one. But for PvP, no it isn't. So I'll bring my Bad Omens once I get it out of storage. Anywho. One second, gonna drink some of this tea. Okay. So, Iron Banner. The name of the game is Teamwork. Thankfully, there's 2 game modes. One, where you go in alone. Well, actually, no, I think there's technically 3. I don't know if they changed it. So I'll tell you 3. I don't know if 1 and 2 have been mixed together now, if they're still separate, but I'll tell you 3. Just for the sake of how Iron Banner used to be, at least. So, 1, you go in by yourself against teams that are, more often than not, went in together, and you will get absolutely steamrolled. 2, No, this one I know for sure is in the game. That's why I don't know if 1 has been cut out or not. But 2 is you join Iron Banner alone with other people who have joined alone. That's how I would recommend you do it if you don't have a fire team or for whatever reason don't want to go with one. And then the last one is, of course, going in with your fire team. That's the one I would recommend the most, because the better communication you have, the better you can coordinate. The better you can coordinate, the more likely you will win. Simple math. Now, as far as weapons are concerned, again, I want to win. I do, but I do not like fighting against broken stuff. Like if someone kills me with an Ace of Spades or a Hawk Moon or, I don't know, the Forward Path auto rifle, something that at least takes skill to use, I can't be mad about it because you earned that kill. But when they're using something like pre-nerf Mountaintop or special weapon grenade launchers in general, no, just no. Oh, or if you're a shotgun ape, things like that take no skill.
This place has such a unique vibration. The air hums with energy.
The paracausal forces that converge here are mighty. They will increase as you open more ley lines.
So yeah, if you get mad about that, get mad. I don't care. Don't no one know me. I don't have a reputation to destroy. I don't care. I'm just saying it like it is. Grenade launcher is point in general direction, it dies. That's it. Hand cannon is you have to stay on top, on target, constantly shooting at the head. Nice. All the while strafing so you yourself don't get domed. How are you going to tell me that's not skill, but just point, shoot, boom is? Come on. So yeah, I don't use broken stuff. But if you want to win and you don't mind people hating you, then you go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not use. Mine is more of a general tactics idea. Like going in with a fire team with mics so you guys can talk to one another and coordinate. That is something I'd encourage. But moving on from that, again, capture the waypoints. Or I call them waypoints. They're flags, whatever. Capture those, because what those do is they give you points just for holding them. And they also, I believe they increase the score for when you get a kill. So what you want to do is try to have all of them. And I know some people are going to say, well, if you do that, it'll flip the spawns. And yes, you're right. But here's the thing about that. It's a risk you should be willing to take, because, now this is my opinion. Someone like, not to throw shade at him, he's just one of the few people I remember that does Destiny. There's definitely more Dado, things like that. But someone like Cool Guy might disagree because he definitely knows more PvP stuff than I do. MTash might disagree. But for me, it's worth flipping the spawns, because I've been in games where I was actually with my own fire team when they did this, and I can't remember if we lost or not. I know, if anything, we came close to losing if we didn't lose. But they didn't get all the flags. So when they didn't do that, the opposing team pushed us and they got all the flags, and then we got hunted. So that's what I'm saying. In that game mode, I would say it's worth flipping the spawn, because once you start hunting, give me a second. Once you start hunting, the spawns get swapped or flipped anyway once the hunt ends. Plus, that's the main time. That's another. Now, this is another tip. That's the main time you want to get as many kills as possible, when you capture all 3 zones. And Saladin says something like, "The wolves howl, let the hunt begin." Something along those lines. That's the main time you want to start using your supers, using heavy ammo, going balls to the walls, insanity with how many people you can kill before they kill you. That's the main time you want to do it, because you're getting all those points, and they can't really do anything to stop you from getting all those points besides, you know, killing you before you kill them. But I mean, just as far as points are concerned, that's the best time to do it. As far as I can tell from when I played, that seems to be the best time to do it. Alright, next topic. When to use your super. This is also very situational. Like for me, I don't play Hunter because they have the best super in the game. I play Hunter because I like Hunter. I've been maining Hunter, you know, in case my skill here wasn't enough to show it. I've been maining Hunter since Destiny... About to say, I could have swore someone grabbed that. I've been maining Hunter since Destiny 1. I was waiting for him to do his fist slam attack. Because I didn't want to try to do it while I ran past him on the left, just get yeeted off into the abyss. But yeah, supers. Because Hunters, or more specifically, Golden Gun, Way of the Outlaw. Way of the Outlaw Golden Gun is the best super in the game. Because the thing about supers, every single one except for maybe the Hunter's stasis one might be able to kill you in one shot. Like, I think you need to be trapped in the tornado for like 2 or 3 ticks before it kills you. I don't know. I don't usually die to that one. But virtually every super in this game can kill you in one shot. The Golden Gun, being a super, can kill you in one shot. It's a golden gun, meaning it has infinite range, meaning if you are way over there and I pop Golden Gun and do this, you're going to die. So it has the best range in the game, and then when you're playing Outlaw, you get 6 of them. You could literally kill the enemy team completely. And if you're doing 3-on-3, you have enough bolts to kill them all twice if the spawning is bad, which is something else I need to talk about. So it is the best super in the game. So with that in mind, the way I use mine is I usually use mine to shut down other people's supers. If I see a Hammer of Soul Titan about to wreak havoc on my teammates, I Golden Gun him, then I take out any other stragglers I see. One of my favorite targets are the Dawn Blades. I can nail them pretty consistently. Strikers might be a little harder, but if they're running in a straight line, then again, no big deal. So mostly I use mine for shutting down other supers, but if I happen to, if my team happens to get all the zones and they do a push, I will, in all honesty, I'll still try to hold on to my super, but it will not surprise me if during the push, the enemy team will pop a super to defend themselves, and then I'll pop mine to negate theirs. But that's just what I use mine for. But I was saying earlier, one of the things we need to talk about is how unbalanced the spawn points can be at times, to the point where they're straight up unfair. Like, I kid you not, once, and not the last Iron Banner, but the one before that, I was playing in a close quarters map, and it actually spawned me right in front of an enemy. But my back was facing them. So basically it spawned me with my back turned towards an enemy, and I just got shot to death. What the hell is that? That does suck. Now that might be... I'm going to go ahead and go here because I don't want to explode. That might be a good example of the spawns being swapped, but I just think they need to program that a bit better, because there's no excuse for that. And you'll find plenty of that online if you look for it. Like various YouTubers, specifically the... I guess I can't pick that up because I just had it. The more popular YouTubers, I'm sure they talk about their experiences with that same thing. But back to Iron Banner. Let me think. What other tips have I learned that would be kind of useful to have? Oh, I know. Now, this is a tip I learned from Level Cap, way back when I used to play Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 3. You know, the golden age. One of the tips that stuck out to me the most, and I remember to this day, is what he called pine. It's when, okay, good. It's, say for example, if there's an enemy, well, thanks to how Destiny works, there's the radar, but let's say someone's far enough off the radar, instead of just coming around the corner like this, you would either want to do something like that, like slowly do it, or more than likely, if you're against one of the high-tier YouTubers who, again, live in Crucible, what you actually would want to do is something like this. Like around this corner, you're going to try to do something like that, because 9 times out of 10, if they have a sniper, they're going to be hard scoping, and they're going to know exactly where your head is. So you want to try to get around the corner as unpredictably as possible so they don't just dome you. And it feels like they're cheating, but I promise you they're not, because I've seen how they play. They're not using an aim bot. It's all skill. It's quite impressive, and it is possible, because you can even train yourself to do this. I probably could if I really committed myself to the way of the sniper, but in Destiny 1, I don't know if it's changed now, but in Destiny 1, Vandals were roughly the height of a Guardian, so they made really good practice fodder for where you want to generally keep your scope. Oh, there's one over there. That's all I can think of for right now, but if I ever think of more, I'll definitely try to remember to bring them up at a later date. Oh, wait, nope, I just thought of one. Here's kind of a tricky one. It's staying with your team, but not that close. What I'm saying, because it's happened to like everyone who played PvP extensively. It's happened to you at least once, where you're sticking with your team and a Nova Bomb kills you all, or okay, a Nova Bomb kills you all, or a random grenade launcher, you know, everyone's favorite freaking weapon, something like that, because you're too close, so you all take the damage, you all die. Speaking of dying, that's another little tip I have, is when you're using a rocket launcher, you want to try to jump, because you never know what asshat might run right in front of you, right before you pull the trigger. Alright, that worked. I was aiming for him, but then the other one got in the way, so then when I threw my knife, it kind of went to the one behind both of them. Oh, right, so as I was saying, when it comes to that, probably could have got him if you kept looking this way. What I was saying about that, you want to be close enough to where you can support your team, like clean up, but you don't want to be like in the same damn pants that they're in. You don't want to be that close, because if splash damage is...
for each other.
Our loved ones inspire us, but that inspiration takes many forms. Not all of them positive.
The Elixni have a saying. The friendly knife is sharpest. Maybe that's true.
I think so. We can ask Osiris about it when we find him.
Didn't mean to talk over that. But yeah, you don't want to be too close to them, otherwise you're going to suffer the same consequences that they do. Oh, here's some other ones. Last minute, then I'll let you go. All of the no one who's watching. Depending on the map you're on, that's where you want to change up your weapons. Like for me, I have two, just for the occasion. In general, I try to run with my sidearm. But if I'm on a close quarters map, I'm going to use Fellwinter. If I'm on a long range map, I'm going to use Frozen Orbit. Things like that. Play to the map's strength, and play to your own strength for that matter. Hawk Moon, this one specifically, has really good range and fairly good stability. So thanks to that, I can engage at long range, but I'll probably lose out to something like the True Prophecy, just because it hits harder, and in general already has more range. But I try to make up for that, and this is the kit I'll run in actual Iron Banner. With this, that, unstoppable place with fastball, this, that, and that. But like I said, if I get a really good clip, I'll be sure to show you. You'll see that I'm doing the tips I'm trying to give you. So for anyone who's looking for Iron Banner tips and somehow stumbles across this, I sincerely hope that helps. Thank you all for tuning in. And unfortunately, there is no lolly-ho emote here, so just imagine. Oh, actually, I'll do you one better. One of my new favorite emotes. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll See you around.